Hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you a collapsible cajon, and this is from SoundSmith. It's an American-based company. It's very similar to the unbox commuter cajon, but I'm going to open it up, show you how it works, and show you how it sounds. So here we go. Comes in a bag like this. It's backpack straps, carry handle. That's what it looks like. On the inside of the bag, there's a little pocket, and that's where you have the 4 screws, or they're sort of screws, the 4 bolts, hand screws, that tighten the back to the cajon itself. So I'll show you how that works. And everything fits inside here. Okay, so here it is all set up right out of the bag. I was giving it a look over. It's very, very similar to another commuter collapsible type cajon that I had bought years ago from Amazon. I no longer have that one. I sold it to someone else. But there's some slight differences. It's made very similar, but there are some small differences. This one, I do like that the corners are rounded, so it'll be a little bit more comfortable. The other one was straight, flat corners, which wasn't the most comfortable to sit on. This one does have rounded corners. The tolerances are not super tight on certain parts. The back plate, there's a little bit of a gap here. It looks like that's just the way it is. Like there's a little bit of gaps in the corners on the back plate. Maybe that doesn't affect the sound so much. Again, you're being able to collapse this whole thing, which normal cajons don't. You know, the whole thing fits into something like this. The other thing I noticed that's a little bit different is that the bag here, the other cajon that I had a little flap, a little padded flap where you could put the head at the bottom. It also came with 2 heads and extra screws in case you lost them. This one does not. This one comes with the back. 1 back plate. The other one that I got came with 2 back plates. This one comes with 1 back plate and extra screws. This one comes with 4 screws. That's it. But that's the only difference with the bag. The back here, everything seems to be the same. I did see at the bottom here, which I don't think mine had this, but this one does. There's a little Allen key screw, set screw, that allows you to adjust the snare. I guess I should say wires, because there's two V wires in the back that are like, you know, snare wires, but not snares. So cajons, you know, there's like kind of the wire types and then the snare types. Some have like little snares that you can turn on and off. Others have cables or wires, whatever you want to call them. A lot of times in a V shape, so you have more at the corners at the top versus in the middle, and that's the way that this is set up. I do find that when you're putting the screws in, to reach your hand down inside the hole to sort of guide them through to where they screw into helps. That's how I did my last one. So let's see how it sounds. Again, this is SoundSmith. Yeah, let's see how it sounds. So that's how it sounds. For a comparison to a regular cajon, I'll bring this one over here. This is a cajon I picked up the other day. It's called A Tempo Percussion and El Artisano. This has beautiful wood inlay, but this is just your typical standard cajon, and this is the difference. So already I can hear a huge difference in the bass between this cajon, this cajon. This one is obviously a little bit wider. So it'll be interesting to know, I mean, you are getting what you're getting for a collapsible cajon, but it'd be really interesting to see how this sounds when you mic it up. Because maybe the miking, you might get a little bit more bass out of it. Acoustically, I'm not getting much bass out of it. So I would have to maybe experiment around with that and see if I can get a better bass out of this. The slaps sound pretty good to me. It sounds a lot more tight and muffled, not as open, not as bassy as the other cajon. You know, I have a Meinl cajon that's similar in this size, so let me break that out, do a little A-B against that. All right, so now we have a Meinl cajon and we have the SoundSmith cajon. I mean, this might be like a ½ inch taller, but in terms of the width, it is pretty much exactly the same width. So let's hear the difference between these two different bass tones. All right, so in my estimation, the bass sounds very similar between these two. This is the collapsible. This is your standard Meinl. This one actually has a decent tone hit right here in the center, apart from the slap corners. Getting a little bit more of a tone versus the Meinl. Getting more of a slap. May just be how I particularly set this up. This Meinl cajon has two sets of snares, or cables, rather, two V's. And so really, this one is, it looks like you're gonna get a little bit more tone out of the top than on this one. Yeah, but compared with this guy, has a really nice big bass sound. It's a little lacking comparatively, but this is a bigger, wider cajon. So that goes to show you the difference. Standard Phillips head screws on the top, and maybe I could play around. This is just right out of the box, so maybe I could play around a little bit with how tight or loose these are. Maybe I can enhance the bass somehow. I'd be very interested to see how this sounds when I put my Audix cajon boundary mic on the back of this. See how that sounds in a sound system. I mainly got this for when I need to do touring and can't take a full-size cajon with me on the plane. This I can just put on my back. I can put in the overhead compartment. There's no issues. Wanted to see what it sounded like as a wooden cajon. I have a collapsible cardboard cajon that I've done a review on my YouTube channel. You can check it out if you want. But which is a lot lighter. But I was wondering about the sound of a collapsible wooden cajon, and I've had one before. This one was from a company that I hadn't ordered from before, and they had a sale on their collapsible cajons, so I thought I would give it a try out. So there you go. There's the SoundSmith collapsible or commuter, if you want to call it, cajon. Comes with a bag, comes with your 4 pieces of hardware, your screws, back plate, and everything collapses up, secures nicely in a backpack strap case. So there you go, the SoundSmith collapsible cajon. Enjoy, everyone.